Hey everybody, it's Angel here. It's an absolute pleasure to meet you guys. Thank you for watching, and if this is your first time watching the channel, definitely like and subscribe if you would like more videos. Definitely for the DIY community, we definitely all need to be interconnected. It's definitely important for all of us to stay together and stick together, especially as a DIY community. And here is my 1984 318i. It's one original owner from the guy that I bought it from. It has only 180,000 miles on it, and the interior honestly is pretty shot, even though it looks, I guess, well, that doesn't look so good, but the seats look okay. But all the like thing on the inside, I guess the cushion and all, it's just all, you can hear it, just all to shit. But I mean, it's a good example of a first year BMW. Some of the things we did on it right there is we had to install intake fuel pump on it. This car actually has two fuel pumps. One like an inline fuel pump and I guess fuel pump in the gas tank. There, we flushed the coolant out because we gotta get the radiator, or we need a new radiator. As you can see, radiator's all out. But it's definitely important for any of us that, have videos to upload them, so whoever gets a car like this or any sort of car that needs repairing, it's easily accessible to look at, I guess, the symptoms, and we can all definitely relate, especially us car lovers out there. I actually couldn't find any videos for it, a 1984. It's, just a general videos. I found a few, but nothing, to exactly get some of the symptoms. But yeah, this car at first was a crank but no start, and we certainly did all the things to try and get it to running. Like, one of the first things that we did do was check this right here. I think this is some sort of hose for the gas line that kind of goes in there. Well, this is for the cold start valve. That's right here. But yeah, this, I guess the original owner kind of just stopped it for years and years. As I said, it's 1984 with 180,000 miles, which is, I guess, kind of low. Fuel injectors, no doubt. It's pretty clean. I mean, it had some rust spots right here, which sanded down to bare metal, and then just put some primer on it for now. It's too cold to be doing anything up here in Georgia. But yeah, I mean, a clean 84 318i doesn't really have too much rust, surprisingly, since the previous owner just left it sitting outside for years and years, which is why it has, I guess, pretty low mileage. And it came with a few parts that he just threw in for free, like these kidney grills, the rings, and then another thing for the headlights. And he actually threw in 4 brand new tires for it, 4 brand new Goodyears, so that certainly helped. But yeah, I mean, it's a good little get around town car, especially since it's 5-speed. I mean, I love 5-speed cars, or any manual transmission cars to begin with, especially 2-door cars, especially Beamers. I think that they all should be, stick shift. Well, I guess it's just my opinion, but yeah, I mean, it's a solid car. The only thing that we're having issues with is the well, I mean, yeah, it is pretty low considering I had a 2002 330 Ci, and it had over 200,000 miles. So yeah, I guess this is pretty low mileage for 1984. But the first thing we had to solve was that right there, because it was leaking gas, and I guess the previous owner definitely didn't want to, for any fires to start, because it was leaking gas. But we checked that out, got a new hose on that, and we ended up just checking the whole motor, checking the whole spark plugs, the whole distributor, and all miscellaneous parts, fuses and stuff, and we couldn't seem to figure out what it was, but it ended up being the fuel injectors, if you guys can see right somewhere in there. But yeah, somewhere in there is the fuel injectors. It's not too hard to get to. You just got to kind of take all this stuff out, and then, I mean, it's easily accessible, and just lift up the fuel rail line, disconnect it, and that ended up being our problem. And it's, as of right now, starting. We had some issues with the wiper motor. Just banged on that thing and ended up, firing up pretty good. But yeah, definitely, if you have this car and it's a no start situation, well, at least in my